Now we will begin Part A with the first conversation. Number 1.
I need to go across town, but the traffic is so heavy this time of day.
When you take the subway, you don't have to deal with traffic. I never drive anymore.
What does the man imply? Number 2.
I've got 2 tickets to today's game. Do you want to come along?
It'll be on television. Besides, it's really too cold for me.
What will the man probably do? Number 3.
You had Professor Johnson before, right? How would you describe his lectures?
Well, let me put it this way. I could never stay awake in one of his classes without first drinking at least 2 cups of coffee.
What does the man imply? Number 4.
Excuse me, could you tell me how to get to the post office?
Your guess is as good as mine. I'm new around here.
What does the woman mean? Number 5.
I forgot to tell you that Fred called last night to borrow your sleeping bag.
Oh, I saw him at the gym this morning and he didn't say anything, so he must have asked somebody else.
What does the man imply? Number 6.
You must be looking forward to your trip back to Colorado. It should be fun to hike up into those mountains again.
Well, there may not be time for that. The thing is, I haven't seen my sister and her kids for 3 years.
What does the woman imply? Number 7.
Tom's house is a mess. Doesn't he ever clean it?
I guess he just has too much else on his mind with that new job of his.
What does the woman imply about Tom? Number 8.
Hey, that's a great sweater you're wearing. It looks really warm.
Yeah, but I wish I'd brought a coat like you did. It's really cold today.
What does the woman imply? Number 9.
Hey, George, I can't get to sleep with the light so near my bed. Can't you study someplace else? Sorry, there's a party going on down in the lounge. I suppose I could check the dining room, though.
What will George probably do? Number 10.
I wish I didn't have to make a special trip to the post office to get my package.
Well, if you call them in the morning, they'll give the package to your mail carrier to bring out to you.
What does the woman suggest the man do? Number 11.
Professor, have you graded my term paper yet?
To tell you the truth, I've been tied up in committee meetings all week.
What can be inferred about the paper? Number 12.
With a cold that bad, I think it's pretty foolish not to see a doctor.
Don't worry, it'll pass in a few days.
What does the man mean? Number 13.
Do you have hot water in your dorm? Because we haven't had any for 3 days, and I hate cold showers.
Oh, sounds miserable. Since the gym's usually open, why don't you just go over there till they fix the problem?
What does the woman suggest the man do? Number 14.
I just found out at registration that the creative writing class is full. Now I'll have to wait another whole year to get in.
Why don't you check back after the first week? Somebody might drop it.
What does the man suggest the woman do? Number 15.
Professor Nelson, could you please turn up the temperature in here? I'm having trouble concentrating.
Yeah, I understand, but I don't control the thermostat. Tell you what, I'll talk to maintenance about it after class. In the meantime, I'd suggest you put on a sweater if you brought one.
What does the man imply? Number 16.
Hi, Jerry. It's Beth from the apartment next door. I'm at school right now, and I realized I forgot my keys at home. Could you ask the building manager to put the extra set in my mailbox?
I don't think that's secure enough. I can just drop by your class later.
What will the man probably do? Number 17.
I'm going to Chicago on business, and somebody said you were the right person to talk to about what I can do there for fun.
You bet I am. I hope you've got at least a month.
What does the man imply? Number 18.
Come on, Sue. I know you have a new camera, but you just took a picture of a car.
No, look behind the car.
What does the woman mean? Number 19.
Could I look at your bus schedule? I don't want to drive to work tomorrow if it's snowing.
You'd be better off calling the terminal. It's been a long time since I've used my schedule, and I'm sure it's out of date.
What does the woman mean? Number 20.
That's a pretty thick book. Are you sure Fran will want to plow through that?
Are you kidding? She'll be through it in 2 days.
What does the man imply about Fran? Go on to the next page. Number 21.
If I send this package third class, how long will it take to arrive?
About 2 weeks. But, many people don't realize that first class is only $1.50 more, and it would get there in just a few days.
What does the woman suggest the man do? Number 22.
Surely you don't want to eat at that expensive restaurant.
Not much, I don't. They have the best food in town.
What does the man mean? Number 23.
Like usual, the lecture hall is a complete mess this afternoon. Newspapers, soda cans, used tissues, all of it just thrown all over the floor. I can't understand how people can be so thoughtless.
Well, your professor should have the authority to get something done about it.
What does the woman imply the man should do? Number 24.
How about going on a camping trip next week with us? We're planning on hiking and canoeing in the state park.
That sounds great, but I better warn you, I've never been in a canoe, and I'm not much of a swimmer either.
What does the woman mean? Number 25.
I heard that the turnout for the opening of the new sculpture exhibit was kind of disappointing.
I guess a lot of other people feel the way I do about modern art.
What does the woman mean? Number 26.
We'd better make sure we get to the presentation early tomorrow morning. The dean said there'd be bagels and pastries and fruit, but I have a feeling they're going to go quickly.
I guess I'll bring my appetite.
What will the man probably do? Number 27.
Isn't it great about Ruth's Community Service Award?
She deserved it.
What does the man mean? Number 28.
I'm driving downtown this afternoon. I have to stop by Deluxe, the art supply store, to get some paints for my art class.
Deluxe? They moved to Smithville.
What does the woman mean? Number 29.
You were right about the puzzle you lent me last week. It really is a challenge. I want to try to get it myself, though, so I'm going to work on it a little longer.
Well, if you get really stuck, remember, I'm only a phone call away.
What does the woman mean? Number 30.
I'm new in town, and I need to find a doctor. Do you know anything about Joyce Brown?
I've been going to her for years. I don't see how you could do better.
What does the man say about Dr. Brown? This is the end of Part A. Go on. Part B. Directions. In this part of the test, you will hear longer conversations. After each conversation, you will hear several questions. The conversations and questions will not be repeated. After you hear a question, read the 4 possible answers in your test book and choose the best answer. Then, on your answer sheet, find the number of the question and fill in the space that corresponds to the letter of the answer you have chosen. Remember, you are not allowed to take notes or write in your test book. Go on to the next page. Now we will begin Part B with the first conversation. Questions 31 through 34. Listen to a conversation in a college dormitory.
Hi.
Hi, I'm going door to door tonight to tell people about the Student Action Coalition. Do you have a few minutes?
Sure. You know, I think I read something in the newspaper last week.
Yeah, there was an article about us in the last issue. See, we're trying to protect and conserve some of the open spaces on campus.
That's right. You're the group that's opposing the extension of the parking lot next to Swain Hall, right?
That's us. We just feel that it's important to save some of the natural beauty of the campus, like over by Swain. Some of those trees are hundreds of years old.
It is a pretty spot. My friends and I have had picnics over there by the creek.
Then you understand how we feel. We're organizing a rally on Thursday afternoon to get the administration to reconsider the parking lot plan.
Well, I have a class on Thursday afternoon.
But maybe you could sign this petition? We're going to submit it to the administration to demonstrate how the students feel about this.
Sure. Let me get a pen and I'll sign it.
I have a pen right here. And let me leave you this pamphlet about the Student Action Coalition. Maybe you could come to some of our meetings. We get together once a month.
Yeah, I'd like to know more about your group. Let me know when the next meeting is and I'll try to be there.
Number 31. How did the woman first learn about the Student Action Coalition? Number 32. What is the Student Action Coalition trying to do? Number 33. What will the woman probably do on Thursday afternoon? Number 34. What does the woman agree to do? Questions 35 through 39. Listen to a conversation between two friends.
This food is terrible. I can't even finish my dinner.
I know. You'd think with all the money we pay for room and board, the university could hire a better food service. Where are you headed next?
I'm going over to the Student Recreation Center to play some bridge.
You're spending your time on a card game?
Not just any card game. It's one of the most strategic there is.
So I've heard. Don't you play it with a partner?
Yeah, 4 people play, 2 against the other 2.
So you try to play in cooperation with your partner?
Actually, the cards of one of the 4 players are turned face up. That player is called the dummy.
I wouldn't want to be called that. When you're the dummy, what do you do while the cards are being played?
Anything you want. Sit there and study, shuffle another deck, get snacks for everyone. I like to stand behind my partner and watch.
You know, I've heard that bridge is habit forming. You should be careful not to play so much that you don't get your studying done.
Don't worry about me. I only play Thursdays after dinner, and sometimes when they need a 4th player. If you like, I could teach you.
Thanks, but I have a pretty heavy workload this semester. I already spend my evenings doing things I don't really know how to do yet.
Number 35. Where does the conversation take place? Number 36. How does the woman plan to spend her evening? Number 37. What will the woman probably do if she is the dummy? Number 38. What does the man warn the woman not to do? Number 39. Why doesn't the man accept the woman's offer? This is the end of Part B. Go on to the next page. Now read along as the directions for Part C are being read. Part C. Directions. In this part of the test, you will hear several short talks. After each talk, you will hear some questions. The talks and the questions will not be repeated. After you hear a question, read the 4 possible answers in your test book and choose the best answer. Then, on your answer sheet, find the number of the question and fill in the space that corresponds to the letter of the answer you have chosen. Here is an example. On the recording you hear, "Listen to an instructor talk to his class about a television program."
I'd like to tell you about an interesting TV program that'll be shown this coming Thursday. It'll be on from 9 to 10 p.m. on Channel 4. It's part of a series called Mysteries of Human Biology. The subject of the program is the human brain, how it functions and how it can malfunction. Topics that will be covered are dreams, memory, and depression. These topics are illustrated with outstanding computer animation that makes the explanations easy to follow. Make an effort to see this show. Since we've been studying the nervous system in class,